Hey MIN246 class, my name is Joel Dollenberg and I'll be your professor for this class. This is going to be an awesome class. Effective communication in youth ministry is not just the name of the class, but is an important goal, I guess, for us as youth leaders and as youth pastors. We need to be able to communicate the biblical truths in a way that our teenagers are going to receive and be passionate about. And that is a huge challenge, especially today in our mass media, mass visualized culture where everything is just geared to getting people's attention, to satisfying these sort of brain drain desires where we just sit and turn off and take in. So as youth pastors, it seems like we have to compete against that, and in a sense we do, but our goal isn't to try to compete with the world. We have a message that is far more powerful than anything that the world can do. Our goal is just to effectively communicate it and allow the Word of God to do what God says it can do. And so this class is geared towards giving you guys a foundation of learning how to communicate to teenagers in a way where it's effective and it can penetrate heart and mind and bone and marrow, as Hebrews says about the Word of God. And so we're going to do that through some amazing materials. We've got 3 textbooks here that are great. We have Communicating for a Change, 7 Keys to Irresistible Communication. And be mindful. We may have some differing views on Andy Stanley. This book has some really good principles, though, that I think are going to be helpful for us in our class. The next book is by someone that I think we can all agree on. It was an amazing teacher and preacher and discipler, Tim Keller. His book, Preaching, Communicating Faith in an Age of Skepticism. Great book, one of my favorites. And the last, Speaking to Teenagers, How to Think About, Create, and Deliver Effective Messages. A very practical book for our class. And so through our class, we're going to go through these principles. We're going to talk about them and discuss them. At the end, your final is going to be either a paper or a videoed sermon. Now, I would suggest doing the videoed sermon because that is how we deliver messages to our youth, right? But you could choose either one. There's criteria in the assignments page, so be sure to look at that. I will be grading those for some core competencies that I believe are very important in any message, let alone a youth message. So be sure to read through those. If you're doing a video sermon, practice before you record. Get that time in to make sure everything sounds good, everything flows, everything is clear. Now, in general for the class, there's a couple things I really want to stress. The first is Turabian formatting. I'm sure if you guys have been at CCU for more than at least 1 month, you've kind of been tired of hearing about Turabian formatting, but it is very important for us to be able to communicate clearly and effectively, to cite our sources so that others can follow along, can see that what we're talking about is research-based, is solid, is supported. I read recently a paper and I couldn't find the resource. They didn't cite it. And I wanted to go and see where this resource came from, where this line came from. I really liked it. I wanted to go and check it out. I couldn't find it. So that was a huge bummer for me through reading that paper. So I want to encourage you guys to be mindful of your Turabian formatting, how the footnotes are supposed to be organized, how the bibliography page and those resources are supposed to be organized, how your papers as a whole, from the title page, from the page numbers, from the titles, and the footnotes and everything, how they're to be organized. It's very important that your work is done clearly and it's organized and it's easy to follow and looks nice. It's a big part of presenting academic work. And the other thing I want to encourage you guys to is get everything in on time. I hate having to deduct points, for lateness. So school is a big challenge, but you guys have accepted it. And so be sure to manage your time well. Get your stuff in on time. You can do it. If you have an emergency come up in the week, let me know and I will give you an extension on it. But if it's Sunday night and you guys are like, hey, I just didn't have time, it's like, well, you turned it in late, but you're going to have to get a deduction for that. So do your best to get everything in on time. If you need anything from me, please reach out. I'll be praying for you guys every week. If you have any prayer requests, please let me know. But I'm looking forward to going through this class with you.